Heat, pressure, and the distillation of pure elements and compounds combine in many different ways.
Vice President Biden.
Yes.
Yes, I'm Jeremy Rothkushel with WACLA Media.
Jerry, if I had your hair, I'd be president.
Yeah, you might be. You can have some. I got enough to go around. So it seems like with the kind of work that Esperanza and communities around the world are doing in terms of rejuvenating themselves, we could all rejuvenate our communities. So I want to ask you about the role, the foundational role of restoring the rule of law has in terms of rejuvenating our economy, because there was a recent scientific paper that came out, I don't know if you know about it, but it basically is conclusive that the World Trade Center was blown up by very high advanced explosives, and it should have been continuing to be the very highest news story right now. So my question to you is,
when are you and President Obama going to ask the Department of Justice to start a criminal investigation in terms of who produced this advanced nanothermite and who put it in the World Trade Center?
Outer space, limitless and timeless, filled with cosmic explosions and endless turbulence. An infinite playground for that occasional blazing visitor.
The World Trade Center was blown up by very high advanced explosives, and it should have been continuing to be the very highest news story right now. So my question to you is, when are you and President Obama going to ask the Department of Justice to start a criminal investigation in terms of who produced this advanced nanothermite and who put it in the World Trade Center? And if you all are not going to,
the full investigation, find out everything about what happened that day. The full investigation, find out everything about what happened that day.
To sap and impurify all of our precious bodily fluids.
Obviously, the question of how do you get to 1100 degrees C is significant because you don't get to those temperatures with scattered office fires. I have a PhD in material science and engineering.
Is this nanothermite? Well, it quacks like a duck.
What are you, a wise guy or something? You're crazy!
Hi, I'm Richard Gage, AIA. Licensed architect of over 20 years and member of the American Institute of Architects. Founder of Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth, a non-profit organization of over 1,000 technical and building professionals.
Hello? Like everyone else, it was totally out of your human capacity to digest it and absorb it.
Before its columns twist and buckle, and it collapses.
People were confused, disillusioned, afraid. All of these emotions were spawning all kinds of music.
Exposing 9/11 as an inside job pulls the plug on their whole macabre show of horrors.
This has happened due to explosive material hitting this column and making that bulge.
The full investigation, find out everything about what happened that day. Everything. Find out everything about what happened that day. Everything. The full investigation.
and the point is very sophisticated, very complicated.
Each process is an expression of nature's fundamental drive to bring matter and energy into perfect balance and perfect stability.
And the point is very sophisticated, very complicated.
By using the scientific method.
I guess what makes these findings significant is
Well, it's sort of the manner in which we found them.
The next question is how do you get
the way that the morphology, in other words, of the grains of these phases. You don't get you don't get these phases with an oxyacetylene torch or whatever torch you use to cut the steel. You don't get these phases existing together the way that we found them.
And the distillation of pure elements and compounds combined in many different ways. Each process is an expression of nature's fundamental drive to bring matter and energy into perfect balance and perfect stability. Earth processes work on a monumental scale to form minerals and gems.
Find out everything about what happened that day. Everything. Full, the full investigation. Find out everything about what happened that day. Everything.
Very sophisticated. Very complicated.
And the distillation of pure elements and compounds combined in many different ways. And the distillation of pure elements and compounds combined in many different ways. Each process is an expression of nature's fundamental drive to bring matter and energy into perfect balance and perfect stability.
Get it. Oh, goodness, what the hell?
Let us project our present knowledge with a little imagination.
There it is, the barrier. It's forming again.
We'd never seen anything like it. Simply never seen anything like it. Because it had combined every chemical, every element that man has ever pulled out of the ground and put into a finished process and then burnt up into one plume.
Hello?
There it is, the barrier. It's forming again.
Get through it. Get through it.
Mars! Something weird is going on. Closer look, looks like this guy's taking his pants off. Thermite. This is an iron block. It's 2 inches by 2 inches by 7 inches tall, solid iron block. And when he puts it in his system,
squeezing, most likely what he's done here is have a hole through the table into the bottom of the bottle with a tube.
Human beings are not guinea pigs.
I really am scared.
People were confused, disillusioned, afraid. All of these emotions were spawning all kinds of music.
Exposing 9/11 as an inside job pulls the plug on their whole macabre show of horrors.
The full investigation. Find out everything about what happened that day. Everything. Find out everything about what happened that day. Everything. The full investigation.
And the point is very sophisticated, very complicated.
John Hutchison, when he tried to replicate the work of dustification, he discovered Mars! Something weird is going on.
Yes, we're aware of that. If mining conditions weren't so difficult, Janus 6 could supply the mineral needs of 1,000 planets. But what happened?
Love it.
Love it.
I like doing the Sandy.
Love it. And here's the interferometer RF mixing unit, also known as a ray gun. And what goes down to the front of the bus there. There are the guys down here. Hey! Hello. Good job.
You need to wake up. You need to look at what's really going on, not just the myth, the propaganda.
But.
You need to wake up. You need to look at what's really going on, not just the myth, the propaganda.
Throughout the ages, architects and engineers have designed and built the great...
You need to wake up. You need to look at what's really going on.
This has happened due to explosive material hitting this column and making that bulge.
So it's John and Nancy Hutchison. Hello.
Hello there. How you doing?
And we're going to be going over this particular video and telling you things that are happening there. And we'll see how it runs here. Let's go.
Another hard day on the forums. Well, gotta get to work here.
Is this nanothermite? Well, it quacks like a duck.
What are you, a wise guy or something? What?
Hello, log in. There I am, I'm in. Hi.
See the report. And if you all are not going to do that, is it possible for we, the American people, to trust you with our economy if we can't trust you with restoring the rule of law?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry.
What do you mean, yes?
You can trust me.
Are you gonna do an investigation?
Everybody.
Are you gonna, sir? Are you part of the treasonous cover-up of 9/11? Or are you gonna help clear this up?